Welcome to the next lesson. So far we have determined what role you need to fulfill, and we've detailed their job description as well as your own. When I'm so excited for you, you're setting yourself up and your team for success and further growth. Awesome. You're probably itching to go and get the word out and start meeting with possible new team members. Let's do it. In this lesson, we're going to start preparing for successful interviews and having a successful interview process. I personally think this part is really fun, but I know for many of us it can be very nerve-wracking as well. So, honesty time. I had a really difficult time making my first hire for my marketing team with the marketing agency that I worked for. I had a really hard time making my first hire for a number of reasons. And I went through the process the first time. I didn't know what I was doing at all. I scheduled interviews with almost every single applicant that came in, overwhelming my schedule, and sometimes I didn't even go through their entire application. Oops, before booking a call with them. Yeah, not good. And then when we got face to face, I didn't have any evaluation strategies that set me up for success. I was completely relying and just hoping that I was relying on my gut and hoping that the right person would just come along and I would know, my gut would know when it was them. That ended up happening, but after a lot of trial and error. So at first I fell in love with two applicants, and I remember spending an extremely labored evening wading through a pro-con list, tallying up some kind of number system, only like to tally each one up and see what kind of points they got, and whichever one had the most points I would choose, only to have them both come out with the same number. This is how hard this decision process was for me. So I made a decision, just a snap decision, and I offered the job to the first applicant, and she turned me down. So I was like, okay, this is a sign. So I offered it to the second one, and she turned it down. Needless to say, preparing out evaluation strategies, how will you know if you're making the right choice? Without solely relying on your gut is key. And then not only that, but getting on, do you know what my mistake was? Why they both turned me down? It's because I didn't communicate the purpose, mission, and vision of the company, and I did not communicate expectations and standards. They didn't know what they were getting themselves into and what job that they would be doing and what kind of expectations. They didn't know what success looks like. And when you don't know what success looks like, why would you want to put yourself in a position where you may not be successful? No one wants to do that. They want to make sure that they can live up to the standards and then push the bar even higher. And I didn't communicate any of that. So I'm bringing all that here because I don't want you to make the same mistake that I made. And then, especially like if you're like me, it's easy to feel connected with just about everybody. I make an emotional connection very quick to about everybody that I meet, and it's very hard for me to separate between logistics and feelings. Both of those have a place in a successful interview process, but for me it was very hard they were both so intertwined that I couldn't separate it. And I was just living in the emotions and getting myself in this circle that I couldn't get out of, this spiral. So, how do you make a successful hire? Know the purpose of each step along the way. I obviously did not know this going in. I was talking to my husband the other day and he said, "It's so obvious, Kaylin," but I did not know this starting out. The purpose of an application and the interview process is not just to determine whether or not the person is just competent. You're not just trying to understand if they can do the job. You want somebody that you are intimidated by. In order to truly scale and to fill a position and have it grow for you and have larger impact than what you're making in that position right now, you need to be looking for true experts who honestly intimidated you. You are nervous to get on the call with this person because you feel like they are far above you, and they are. They should be in their respective field. They should be an expert where you are not. They should know infinitely more than you ever could or do in their area. Their skills and their expertise should be clearly evident, so it shouldn't be hard to see that in an application. The role of an application is to make sure that they can do the job and that they have proven work that you can see, that you really respect, and you can observe their work. And then the purpose of the interview, you invite them to the interview to make an emotional connection and to see if they align with your purpose, your mission, and your vision, and then have them share their own for themselves and see if the two purpose, mission, visions connect and jive. You want to make sure that you're both running parallel toward the same end goal. So again, the application process is to see if they are an expert in their field, and then the interview process is where you really try and make an emotional and connection and like purpose, mission, vision connection. When you get on the interview, you are really looking to see if you connect with this person like on a personal level, and then make sure that you both have mutual respect for each other. And then I want you to pay attention to see if they light up when they hear about your vision and they get excited to expend energy serving the mission and believe in the ultimate purpose of your organization. Okay, so again, the purpose of the application is to learn about their expertise, have them show you that they can do and deliver what they say. In the application, a successful application does these three things. You ask for links to their work or a portfolio or case studies, something that proves that they have done something, they have done the thing that you're asking them to do and they've done it well. 2, ask for references. And then don't shy away from actually contacting those people. I did not do this. I asked for references in all the applications, but I shied away, got too nervous to make any calls. So I did not actually contact the references. Ding, ding, ding. Not a good thing. And then 3, this is a fun thing, but it actually gives a lot of insight. Have them take a personality test, or have them share with, I'm sure everybody knows their Enneagram by now, or their DISC, or, gosh, what else is there? The Myers-Briggs. Ask them if they know any of those things and to share them with you in the application. That sounds silly, but it provides so much insight, and you'll know how you can start connecting. And if you know that before the interview, like let's say that person is a 9 and this means nothing to anybody if you don't know the Enneagram, but they are one personality type and you're another, and you get on the interview and they're talking in a certain way and they're responding to you in certain ways, you'll be able to know and understand why they're doing the things that they're doing because of their personality, and it helps you not make snap judgments about somebody just because of the way they're interviewing. Because an interview process, it's tough because everybody is just nervous and there's a ton of crazy energy going on. But if you know their personality on the outset, you'll be able to kind of see through a lot of things. So ask for those three things on the application. And then when you get into the interview, make sure that you're just trying to connect and envision what it's going to look like when this person is on your team. I want you to ask them, how do their career aspirations align with where your company is going? Or not necessarily ask them that, but have that written down somewhere. I want you to be thinking about that when you're talking with them. Ask them what their career aspirations are and why they want to work with your company to help get them there. How they see the role that they're applying for. How does that role help achieve their career aspirations? Because that's what a job is. Everyone uses a job as a tool to reach the vision that they have for themselves. So I want you to focus on understanding the vision that they hold for themselves, because that one helps you see if your two visions align. And then 2, it helps you understand what they're wanting to get out of this job. 2, ask and understand and try to get out and decipher what their future potential looks like. Everybody is growing. Everybody is stretching themselves, or at least they should be. You want to make sure that they are a person who values growth. And try to understand what they can be and how you, as a leader, can help them grow to their fullest potential. And then I want you to also, whenever you're going through an interview process, make sure that you're structuring it to your personality. I know for me, the first time I went through interviews, my first round of interviews, I only did one interview each, and it left me, I told you, I was very overwhelmed. I could not decide. The second round, once those 2 people turned me down and I had to go through the process again, I said, I'm going to do it differently this time. I'm going to do 2 rounds. And the first time I connect with somebody, I just want to connect with them. I really don't want to worry about taking notes. I'll record the call, but I just want to be with them and connect with them and just look them in the eye through the screen and just really focus on conversation. And then if I really jive with them, if I feel super connected, then I'm going to invite them to the next round where I'm really going to dig deep and ask them any remaining questions, very pointed questions. I just want to make sure that I'm making the right decision. So I personally really advocate for an at least 2 interview process. Because you want to make sure that you're connecting with the person themselves, and then that you are connecting in a very professional way too, and asking the right questions to see if they're going to be a great fit in serving your company toward your vision. And then I want you to also pay attention to the kinds of questions they ask. Do they actually care about your business? That's it. Do they care? Do they actually care about where you're going? And do they care to help promote that vision too? Do they want to expend energy and toil for the ultimate purpose that you're trying to achieve? And then I want you, after you've gone through the applications and you've gone through the interviews, I want you to make sure that you're hiring the best person for that role. That sounds obvious, but here's what I mean by that. And I've mentioned this before earlier in this lesson. You really, really, really should feel intimidated by your hire. As the leader of your company, your job is to fill your company with people who multiply, who grow. Every time somebody comes on, they grow the impact of your business. They don't just take tasks off your plate. Because if you are functioning at this level and you're just handing tasks off your plate, you're going to stay at this level forever, and you're going to build out rather than building deep. You want to make sure that you're building deep, and with every hire you bring on, they are advancing the value of your company. How does this person enhance the value and deepen the value of your company? If you just delegate, you're going to get wider and wider, but you will never truly scale because you're growing wide and not deep. You need people who are experts in what they do, who intimidate you because of their greatness, who you don't hire just because you think that they know their stuff, but who you hire because you're able to trust and connect with them and the vision that they hold for themselves, and you guys can connect on that deeper level. Talk to peers, people in your mastermind, other team members. Learn all you can about the role that you are trying to fill. And then you'll be able to connect with these people in deeper ways and truly find an expert in this field. And then, this video is not over yet. I want you to print off this evaluation tool. You'll see I've linked it in the homework section below. I want you to go make a copy of this document and use this as an evaluation tool. Bring it to every single interview that you have. And here's what it asks. And I want you to take these notes. whenever you are in an interview, or after an interview, or following an interview, whatever, I want you to track a few things and to measure a few different things. I'm going to open the document real quick so I can see it and walk you through it. Okay. You'll see in the evaluation tool, I have a few things listed, and I want you to customize this to your unique needs and whatever you're looking forward to. So I want you to write down 3 core competencies that this person needs to have. If they are a content creator, they obviously need to be good at the written word. It's obvious, but I need you to put that in there. If they are a bookkeeper, they need to be good with numbers. That's all I've got. I'm an English major. I don't know anything about math, so that's a whole other realm to me entirely. But write down the 3 expertise fields, the core competencies. They need to be very competent in these 3 things at least to really succeed in this position. And then I want you to write down your 3 core values. And as you're talking with this person, I want you to start taking notes about how they jive with each of the values that you have for your business. How do you see this person upholding the values that you have set? You may or may not explicitly communicate the core values to them. Either way, take notes of what they're saying and just get a feel for their personality and think, okay, I can really see this person upholding this particular core value really well. Or they don't seem to be really connecting with or upholding this value right now with where they're at. And then score them in each of these areas between a 1 and a 5. Also rate their education experience, their unique skills, and their strengths. And then the personality and X factor. How are you personally connecting with them? Do you see yourself going out for coffee with this person and actually enjoying their company? And then do you feel like you can collaborate with them and get really excited over a project or idea and be very productive alongside them? So I want you to go through all of these things and give each one a rating between 1 and 5. Take all the notes you need in order to be able to help you to set the right number, and then add them up. And with each candidate that you interview, use this sheet, use this evaluation tool. And then I'm not saying like whichever one gets the highest number, you have to go with that one. But this will really help you give some kind of numerical metric system for you to actually see, okay, which candidates are ones that I truly, truly need to consider. Which ones are in the running. All right, so go download or make a copy of and fill out that tracker. Go do that. Go do all the things I've said in this video, and let's start having a killer interview process. I'm really excited for this next stage for you. I can't wait to see where you go. And then I want you, as you're going through the interview process, I want you to reach out to me. Email me at kaylin@joydelete.com and tell me how it's going. I'm honestly really curious and interested to see if these things are helping you and have been helping you prepare for a killer interview and application process. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next module.